Okay, so we're going to continue on and get all the injectors out. I finished off another part of a video on this vehicle. It was a Euro 3 EGR clean. You probably see that before this, but if I decide to have it as two separate videos, you probably want to go watch that first. I think it'll end up being called Full Detail EGR Clean on an early Hilux Euro 3 without the EGR cooler or something like that. Watch that first, then watch this. Or it might be worth watching that first. This could start right now, this video, or it could start as part of another video. That's why it pays. Just watch all the videos. It's easy to do. If I can make them, you can watch them. That's the way I look at it. I'll put the time to make it, then you watch. Don't tell me you haven't got time. I made time to make it. You make time to watch it. So don't start texting me with questions because you didn't watch it. The only question you can ask me is, I would like to order Injector Kit. I would like to, okay? The text message service is for parts purchases or to book in for a vehicle inspection, injector replacement like this. Not to answer questions. That's our Facebook groups pages. It's in the videos, guys. It's all in the videos. So please watch it. Now, so what we've done at this point is we've just got the EGR off type thing. The pipe's going to stay there. So now basically all we need to do is we've got to loosen off the bolt at the bottom of this inlet manifold stay or bracket. There's a bracket here. We've taken the top bolt out. There was this weirdo earth, you know, whatever it was connected to it. We'll just put it back how it was. We're not going to auto electricize the thing and try and work out where it went. We'll put it back how it was. And so we've got to get to the bottom fuel pipes and we've got to get some of these clamps off. So we're going to zip those off now. First thing is we'll get rid of that top clamp. So these are the sorts of videos you need to, you get your, like I said, your packet of chips or your dips and biscuits, your cabana, your beers or your coffee or your press pause and your, you know. Whoa. I don't know whether that's been off, man. That is just full on. I'm going to hold that with a pair of pliers and just slice the glove open. Time for a new glove then. All right. So we'll take care of that first. We're testing a whole heap of different gloves as well, and we're going to have a video on which are the best gloves. And so far the TGC, world's toughest disposable gloves, I think they're pretty well on the money. Okay, there's some other good ones as well, and there's some crap, but at the moment TGC are coming out pretty good. Now what do I want? Pliers to hold that. Yeah, for that to be like that, that just hasn't been off in a long time. Have a look at it. You know, it just doesn't want to go anywhere. I should probably not have grabbed pliers, but let's see if it works out. You know, first thing that came to mind, you know. Yeah, it worked out. It worked out this time, okay. Lucky this time, right? So there it is, right? It's just a clamp, right? Whatever. Don't lose those, 50 bucks. Between the pieces are about, you know, 20 bucks each, and then the bolt, whatever ones, yeah, it's totals up about 50 bucks. It's ridiculous, I know. All right, there. Now the flat plate clamps, 2 nuts. The whole stud came out. Okay, that's cool. What about the other one? No, the nut the way it's meant to, so that's good. We can manage that because everything will stay there when we pull the stud out. As we've said in other videos, we now take the stud, put it in the vise and undo the nut. So we'll go do that. Okay, the stud is off the nut. Now we bring our flat blade in and take off the outside plate, right? That looks like this. Right, take that off, put it on the bench. Now's a good time to bring the stud back, right? So we've got the stud without the nut. Bring it back and put it back in the hole because it's easy to do now before you start putting it back together and things are in the way. And because we might forget, even though it's easy without the pipes there, I'm going to give these just a quick on. Seeing as the pliers are sitting there, I'm just going to go like this, right, like that. It's certainly tight enough it's not going to come out, but if we remember, this is why it's like, do it now. We can do it better later, but at least if we forget, we've done it, right? Now what's going to be really fun with this one is getting these pipes undone because they're the worst rusty pipes I've ever seen. And the more I get into this job, the more it seems like it's never been worked on. It's a bit of a disaster, you know. Let's fire up this light so you can see a bit more of what's going on, maybe so I can see as well. So there's two more clamps actually on these ones, 12 mil, a couple of 12 mils. We'll pop those off. Take those two 12 mil bolts off. Right, one. crack those loose. Hopefully we can get them out by hand. Thank you. What's that? A couple of injector kits getting picked up. Not Monday, but that's good. Thanks for that. All right, we're all good. We just had, sometimes I've got helpers. I've got some injector kits picked up off the bench, getting taken down to Australia Post because it's not Monday. And yeah, that's why Monday's parts day, so that I can get it done for you. Because, you know, some people say in the comments, they say, oh, you know, I'll see you closing and, you know, can't you get some... You can employ someone. This is the problem though, they stuff things up, right? Do you want the wrong parts? Tell me that. Do you want the wrong parts or do you want the right parts? Do you want everything right? Do you want the right price, the right parts? You want it to happen quickly, right the first time, you know? You know the old saying, if you want it done properly, do it yourself, you know? So that's what I do. So once again, let me help you by listening to me and order it when I'm here on Monday, and then there's no mistakes, because if I just go, oh, we'll just let whoever do it, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Like every other business, that they want to be bigger, they're greedy, they want to make more. I don't need to do that. I'm doing okay, and I don't need more. I'm good. So if you want to give me more and say thanks, that's awesome. Just buy the parts on Monday. Now we need to get down there, and I might even get my big buff head in the picture, because I need to get down there to that, right down the bottom on this stay. There's a 12mm bolt we need to get undone to move it aside. Actually, I reckon let's try and work around it to make the point that on a Euro 3 you don't have to move the pot. Let's try that. Let's do it. But look, first, for the most fun, I'll put that light back up the top here. The most fun of all, let's try and get these injector pipes undone. Now, for this one, I'm going to use the special Toyota tool. That's this one, right? Special Toyota tool. It says Toyota on a 17mm crowsfoot Toyota. Bet you go to any Toyota dealer and you won't be able to find anyone with one of them. Right, now, this thing's right in my way. Can you just get the bloody hell over there out the way a bit? Thanks. Still in the way, but you know, that's better. Because I really want to get these nice and square, and yep, beautiful. See, we need to use the right tools. People tell me, oh, they've had to cut the pipes and they're having all these problems and that. Correct tools for the job, and you don't have a problem. I just don't have a problem. You can't tell me you've had pipes worse than that. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can, because I've had pipes worse than that. And this one, just to be, you know, make things a bit more difficult, I'm going to bring this back over here, right, and do it from the side with my left arm. Then I'm completely uncut, right? We like to do this for videos, right? We get in here. There's a bracket in the way that you can remove out of the way if you want. It's optional. Completely uncut, and bang, you know? My 9-year-old could do that, I reckon. So, I don't know about this cutting pipes business. I know people are laughing, and before Diesel Workshop partners that have done heaps of these and had problems, they're probably going, yeah, no, one day you'll get one that's a hard one. Anyway, we need to get down to the common room now, so get some other tools. We'll use the same big bar. I like the big bar with the extension. Show you what I'm going to use, what length extensions, right? This one's our SID Chrome. We supply a crowsfoot with a kit. You may have that, may not be as good as this one or the one you've got, so if you didn't get it, even better. But that's the length we use. Again, the bar with the 1/2" to 3/8 drive adapter is what's happening here. We're going to bring the light down. It's hard. Look, I can't really get you guys down in here to see what's going on too well, but if you look in that Clean video, I show you, and you know, how could I get you over my shoulder here and show you what I'm doing? You know what, I'll try. I'm going to go to extra effort, so if you haven't already, please pause now and press the thumbs up, because I'm making the effort for you. Man, I'm making the effort. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm just doing my best here, all right? You know, I'm going to get in front of the camera a bit like that, reaching to get the tools, right? I don't know if you can see this. I'm doing it, right? Bang, we're down onto number 1. Can you see? I'll just have a look at that. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to put the bar on, like so. and just give it a little, no, we need to go to the next one. Around here. Right, and then 2 hands, one there and one there, and just go like that. See how easy it is with the right tools? Not hard. So that's cracked loose. Oh my God, the amount of dirt on them, they just... Anyway, okay, that's number 1. Let's hit number 2 now. You can see number 2. How awesome this. This is a even how to get to the pipes video, eh? This could be a separate video, guys. If you're seeing this on YouTube, might be one I just decided to show you the tools and how to access the fuel pipes. And you know what, as you can see, it's not working out too good for me at the moment because I can't get this tool on number 2, which is why we always say, right, get number 1 out of the way first. So let's do that and see what happens. Okay, can we get these by hand? I'm just back up the top. No, I'm going to get a 17mm spanner, open ender. I'm just going to the top. I'm not going to move the camera again because this is a pain. 17mm open ender on the top nut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Oh God, I still can't get it by hand. 8, 9, 10. Geez, these are rusty. I'm going to have to put a photo of these up all over Facebook and show everyone. I don't know how this one got, you know, how it is, but anyway. Don't know the history. Okay, so we'll get number 1 out of the way. Get that by hand. Right, I'm sort of trying to do it. Might see my hand's in the way, but we're going to undo it and bang, right, see that? We're going to get it out of the way. I'm going to throw that on the bench. And we're going to just grab some caps. Now, if the vehicle's clean, you don't need to do this, okay? If you're doing injectors, because it won't take long. It's not a big deal. It's more the inlet manifold clean because you're upsetting things above it. There's lots of dirt and debris. Even when it's clean, they can fall down to that common rail. I'm just trying. I can't show you I'm sure my big fat arm is in the way. Just putting a cap on there, right? It's going to look dirty on the outside because I've touched everything dirty on the outside just about, you know, dirty. Dirty, no, not really that dirty. So there you go. So 1's on. Now we can get the crow's foot again. And let's see what configuration works to get number 2. Okay, so number 2. Oh, we've got some other tools there to try it as well. I keep forgetting about those. They could work really well. So let's try that. You won't have those though. So I'm just spin the crow's foot around the other way to show you how that may work for you. I'm big fat arms in the way again, is it? Sorry. I actually can't get on there with that, right? That's been a real pain. Now there's a way to do it, and that is you don't go all the way, you come up over the top, right? So there it's hitting the pipe is your problem. Can you see that? It's hitting the pipe that goes to the pump. So you need to get right around here on this one. I haven't actually noticed this problem before on one of these. That's a bit bizarre. I haven't noticed that before. Because number 1's out of the way. Normally you spin it around here, but see the clearance? You haven't got the clearance there, which means see where, on that side where I've ground some off, where are you about there? I've ground some off there. We need to grind some off this side. Wow, there you go. I'm just going to get one of the crow's foots that I supply in the kit. And we're going to do a bit of R&D, because I have tested them before. Cut the tag off it. Let's bring it in and see if it fits. I'll put it on the extension and we'll bring it in though. That'd be better. Now these, as I said earlier in the EGR part of the video, these are generally the easiest to work on. So yeah, that's not happening, right? That's not a happening thing. Now I'm starting to go, what's different about this engine to other ones? Because what do I normally do? I don't bloody have trouble doing this. So it's good that I do have a bit of trouble in the video so we can show you. Right, one, two, it's actually, there's no option there but to do some grind off the tool a bit, really. Or you take the pipe off, you take the, what a lot of people are going to do now, they're going to take the pipe off the one in the middle from the pump. I've never had to do that on any injector replacement job, so I've got some other tools I'm going to try, but it doesn't help you with the situation if you need it. Okay, there's these other two tools. Right, they're, what were they? Oxygen sensor, no, other sensor, whatever, some sensor kit. Let me go and read and see what it is. What was it? Endeavour is the brand, ET1703. It's an ET1703 EGT sensor socket kit, right? So I got these, right? And the reason I got those because I thought one day we can just go boom and try them and we'll find out. And look at that, I think that's going to work for us, right? No problem, which is good. Right, now that one works, okay? Now let's see if this one would work as well. That way we got backup times 2. I don't know. You know, let me see. That one gets on there. It sits on there, but is it going to work? I don't know. I'll get you back in a bit closer again to the action. Try and get this light somewhere so there's a bit more light on the action. How's that, eh? How is that? Hey, thumbs up please. Come on, we're trying here. Thanks for having patience. Right, doing the job and making videos. So that can't twist that way, so that's not really working for us. It's working, but it's not working with that pipe in the way. Now let's go to the next level, and that is, let's see if it actually works. So the straight one from the EGT sensor socket kit, we're going to put that onto the pipe, and it's going to make this job look so easy. And then everyone's going to go to bloody Repco and want to buy one of those. I'm taking the extension off. Oops, don't put that there. Taking the short extension off, this little one. Set it up here, because it's a bit too long with that on there as well. And then we go, let's see if this works, right? I'm making things look hard a little bit because, to be quite honest, mucking around with the fuel pipes is one of the hardest parts. Did that turn or not? What's going on there? Oh my God, that did turn. That was like, did I crack that? See, I can't even remember now. There's that many times I've been on and off it. Did I crack it loose and then the second, anyway, whatever. The point is, it's working, it's worked. So that's excellent, right? So if you want to do it that way, I got these on special at Repco, I think for 90 bucks or something like that. EGT socket sensor kit. I'll yell at the part number again. Endeavour is the brand, ET1703. It's called EGT sensor socket set, 13, 14, 17. There's 6 in the packet. See, bonus tips, watching videos. Please give us a thumbs up. You can only do it once. I'm pretty sure. Okay, we'll get that spanner again. These pipes should be off and these injectors should be coming out. So, you know, this has been a bit slow because of the drum. This is what I'm saying. Things slow down, dramas, right? A bit of drama there, right? We haven't even started the job. We're just pulling the thing apart and it's, you know, whatever. Now we can get that by hand, beautiful. We'll just take that all the way out. We're not worried about the old injectors, crusty. I think these pipes might have been off before. I just felt a bit of a jack in the box. That's when the pipes pop up. You can't just watch this and then go replace your injectors. You really need to watch the ones in the VIP group. There's a whole heap more information there. You miss any of it and you could fall in one of those pitfalls, you know, it's like a sand trap. Another one of those pipes, I'll go get rid of it. Another cap that I want to clean. First thing I want to do is find a rag. I've got rags everywhere except for where I want one. Blow this cap out. Apologise in advance if the compressor gut's in. Nice clean cap, I just want to put that on there. to make me look good in the video. Now this vehicle's quite dirty, that's why I'm capping it, because of all the dirt down there. There is a lot of dirt. Fuel system, no filtration down here, needs to be cleaned. So normally you'd get away with it in a clean environment, everything being right, but you know, it's just that manifold when you're pulling the manifold off, which we're not. Anyway, stop talking crap. Next one. Okay, let's see if we can get that original. My original favourite crow's foot. Without moving that stay out of the way is what we talked about, wasn't it? So, I reckon that'll work, but I'm just going to fling it around 180. Right. We might get a bit more out of it, yep. Right, and then we can go bang, bada bing, bada boom. See, they do come undone quite easily. It's not an issue. The issue is getting to them. Oh, the light's gone now. It's down the bottom in the bash plate somewhere now. That could be a real pain, that. We need that, don't we? Why did that fall down there? It is, it's down there. Let me see. I'm going to climb over the car now and get the light out. Shouldn't be too far away. Didn't even make a bang, did it? Got it. Now, where can we put that so it doesn't happen again? Let's put it over this side this time. Shine it over that way. There we go, how's that? Now the spanner again, up the top on the 17mm, at number 3 fuel pipe. Yep, that's good. The alignment's not good. Oh, these injectors look grotty as well. What are they? Oh, geez, they look like the wrong injectors. What are they? One. I'll confirm when I get them out, but oh, they might be right. Oh my God, one right, one wrong. I can't wait till I can't see it at the moment when we get them out. Later. Anyway, the last one is after the second last one. Alright, so number 3 fuel pipe coming off, out of the way. Go and get rid of that. Last but not least, number 4 fuel pipe, the last one. Okay, we're on. We're on with the tool, see it? Can you see it there? It's behind the bracket, I know it's hard to see. Anyway, you should try bloody doing it and try and show it to you at the same time. Okay. These pipes come undone pretty easily, I've got to tell you that. So, you know, you look at them and you go, oh my God, what's going to happen here? And it is a bit of a, oh my God, what's going to happen here job. But, as it turns out, all the pipes are now cracked loose. Right, number 4, and then we'll just cap 3 and 4 at the same time. Number 4, we'll go to the top. Can we get that one by hand? Nah, got to get the spanner. Where did that spanner go, please? Just asking myself, of course, I'm here on my own at the moment. Not always. Sometimes there's people here, sometimes there's people helping, sometimes there's people trying to get in the way. Right, so sometimes we're somewhere else working, there's other sites. We're here, there, we're everywhere, we're out of here, we're into there, you know. This one is pretty difficult to get by hand. I'm just up at the top, getting this fuel pipe off, and then we'll reposition you. Give that a wobble, just trying to free it up so it can. It's not happy. It's not happy, Jan. Yeah. Sorry about the arm in the way, but I know you can't see anything at the moment anyway. I'm just telling you, having difficulty unscrewing a rusty pipe. This rusty pipe off number 4 injector, but that's all the pipes off now. So give the hands a bit of a wipe. Good thing about gloves is the hands wipe up pretty easy too. I suppose not much different to your hands. Press there to blow the caps out. Apologise in advance. When the compressor cuts in, a bit sharply long. A big 15 amp Ingersoll Rand. What was it? 100, what is it, pump? How many? 18 CFM, does that sound right? Testing the memory. This one's going alright. It's about coming close to 20 years old. Came from another workshop where we moved from there to here and whatever. Different locations, but it's been going since just after about 2003, I reckon. So it's 18 years old. No problem, no service. Look at that. All the lines off and they're all capped. Back up top. Okay, back up top. That's where the action's at. We better bring the light back up as well, eh? Give him a bit of a wipe. Could have done that before I hit the go button again. I just need someone to talk to. I'm here on my own, you know. That's when I think you get the most videos if I'm on my own. No, not necessarily. When you're on your own, you do need someone to talk to, so it works out all right. It'd be even better if you could talk back to me, but that's all right. We could do that on the phone, but we don't want to do phone calls because we're too busy for phone calls at the moment. Sometimes we can do phone, rather just get it all stop talking crap again. Okay, so I've got to get this valve cover off. How do we do that? Okay, now with this one, I'm going to remove 3 12mm bolts just to make things a bit easier. And we could have done this over here with the intercooler bracket as well, another 2 12. So let's do it, okay? Because it's not many bolts in this one. You don't have to do this. And just remember to put them back again later, because when you put it back together the rest of the car and you haven't got them there, could be a problem for you. So we've cracked those 2 loose. It's not going to take long to get these out. There's another bracket here. Should have used the short extension. Stop being lazy. Alright, go get the shorter one. Tell you what I'll do. Just get that 12mm deep reach that we were going to use earlier on the job that we didn't use. Come on, why did that not want to? Kind of didn't feel like it wanted to go on. Man, someone's worked on this before. Surprise, surprise, we'll grab the 12mm, put that on. Let's take that, and where's that short extension gone? The short extension, I'll leave it on the car. Yep. You fool. Don't leave tools on cars because you'll never find it, or it might fall down. 1. Okay, they're both out. You can clearly see. Leave them in the hole, then you won't forget where they go. Over to the bench again. Rusty bolts, we'll give those a bit of a spray. Okay, what do we got here? So here, why did I put the extension on? For that side, not for this one. So with the pipe, sometimes you just got to fiddle around a bit, but don't try and do them with a spanner. One bolt out. Okay, so that's the back bracket off there for the intercooler bracket. Sit that on the bench. Covered in mud. And the one for the PCV, or CV if you like, if you want to get technical. Only one person wants to get technical. He watches all my videos because that's how he really learns. Goes around making everyone think that, you know, that he knows what he's doing, but makes too many mistakes and needs to watch my videos to work out how to correctly do things. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go and tell everyone I taught him that. Anyway, all the best to you, mate. I really mean that. By the way, all the best to you. You know who you are. Alright, get that off. Just give that a twist like that if possible. But this vehicle, who knows, a twist might bloody rip that boot down there to pieces, you know what I mean? So let's just let that, let's just kind of let it sit like that, you know. It's kind of like out of the way a bit. It's okay, you know, it's fine. Just leave it there. Okay, a bit of entertainment for you. Okay, that's that. There, those items out of the way. The only thing I wanted to do, where did I just put that bolt? That's what I want to know. Where did I put that bolt? See, I don't remember putting it anywhere. And my CPU was going, what's going on? We'll sit that one up in that top sill there. And now it's time to pop those nozzle seals out. This is the mistake a lot of people make. So if you've made it this far, you've done well, because you've just avoided the mistake of forgetting to take these out before you take the valve cover off. A lot of people make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. This is why I say watch the videos, watch them all. You might have been sitting there going, boring, whatever, get on with it, whatever. But the thing is, we're getting on with it. We're doing it. This is the job. This is what it takes. All right, we're going to get those 4. We've loosened them off with a screwdriver. 1. See all the crap that look at that. That's what's going to fall into your injectors. I'm looking at that injector inlet now. You can take my word for it. Not as much out of that one, right? But I'm lifting them out carefully, and look at them. They're all full of dirt, mate. You know, client washed this down prior to the job. I didn't worry because I know we're going to clean all this up off the vehicle, right? Nozzle seals, they can virtually go straight in the bin. Rubbish. I'm not going to be reusing those. I just hope these injectors aren't stuck and welded in there. This could get really exciting soon, so stick around. So they're out, and those injectors, those COVID-19 injectors are in 21. Mate, they're like, if you try to put them back together, dirt and crap, just forget it, you know? It's just gonna, stuff's in there that you can't even see. You can't, what, are you gonna get a rag in there and go and try? Not gonna happen, right? Just forget it. If it's that dirty, there's no way you're pulling pipes off or pulling injectors in out and getting them back in, unless you're so lucky. We've got to get these 10mm bolts out now, so let's do that. We'll try the impact driver on this. We'll try our luck, hoping that people haven't, you know, gone a bit crazy, super tight, if you know what I mean. So we'll go for this back one here and see what happens. Beautiful, everything's normal for once, besides all the muck that's around it. Okay, the back one at the other side, normally we get from that side and reach over, but just to be different and make things look hard or easy or something different, I like to do things different and going around this side because it's on this side. I want to get that on there. So it's not going to work. We'll go back to our plan. There's a reason why we do things the way we do them, I guess. Which means I need to step up over at the driver's side, which I didn't have there. Right. A special step. I think you know what it is. It's a special step. Just trying to jam it in there. Okay, that's good. Now we can get in there from the correct side, push into the hose a little bit, like that. Is how it's done. Right? It's a pain, yeah, but that hose is there, that's all you can do. Right, now we get our tool out and then we can grab the bolt. Bang! 2 bolts up on the sill. They're the 2 hard ones, if there was a hard one, if you like. So I can get rid of the uni joint. So we have a uni joint for the back 2, but not the rest. Or at least the front corners there. Someone's been in here. Someone has been in. Right, now. At the back, the nut, don't drop it. So straight away pull that out, that's a nut. Second one in from the back. The rest of them are bolts. Along this side, the rest of them are bolts. Oops, nearly dropped a bolt. Well, it always happens in videos, I promise you. All my best, worst work. Did you get that? It's a double negative, positive negative, double positive. All my best, worst work is in videos. Okay, I want that before I lose it. Let's see if these come undone without holding the thing, yeah? Yeah, these ones are gonna work. So they were inconsistent with how tight everything was. Okay, that's out. Now what comes in handy is a magnet. What size magnet are we going to go for today? We've got a selection there. Selection of magnets. And we're going to go, so that one's pretty good. 2, 3, 4. Go put those down. 1, 2, 3. And that was a nut, and then we got the last bolt. Okay, all the bolts are out. Grab those other nuts and bolts off the sill that I placed over here and put them all together. Oops, drop one. Lucky we got spares. No, just joking. Lost and found it straight away. It's in a nice neat little pile. Everything's good. Now, we got to that point. We're ready to take the valve cover off. We've got our ventilation hose off over that side there. We've got all the bolts out. We didn't forget our 1, 2, 3, 4 little nozzle seals. Don't forget those. I'm going to keep reminding you because I'll tell you something I've said in other videos. You only retain 10% of what you read or what you hear. So therefore, if you read something 3 times, you've got a better chance of remembering it. So it's like, I suppose, if you watch a movie, it's the same, isn't it? Really depends how much you like it. You might remember it, I don't know, for a day or 2 or 3, but you know, as it gets on, yeah, I'll sort of remember that, you know. But if you've seen it 10 times, you remember, don't you? You could just about stand there and, you know, go through everything as it happens. That's the idea, guys. You need to learn this so you don't forget anything. So, see this, a little flat area just here. Fingers crossed that everything goes to normal. Now we don't pry it up past the valve, the thing there, right? We don't want to do that. We just want to get it up to about there. That's enough. Go put the screwdriver down. And then hopefully, if we come around to the driver's side, grab the oil cap with our right and the hump with our left, we can just gently wiggle and pull and just let things happen slowly, right? Just want to let it happen slowly. Right, and there it is. It gets a bit stuck on the cylinders of the injectors and we just keep gently going up and we don't tip it. I'm going to take it outside and chuck it somewhere where it's dirty, back in a moment. Can't stop the camera, got dirty hands, not editing. Okay. So, didn't take a moment. That looks pretty clean in the engine. I'm impressed with that. There's a pile of dirt right under the injector inlets right there. Right, I'm just going to take most of that out right now because that's the worst of it. Let's get it out because that's what I like to do. And I'm not going to touch the injector until I have to. Well, actually I will. I'm going to give this a wipe now, just because I don't want it in the engine any more than it has to be. Look at that, guys. Can you see that? That's just the rubbish around the outside, you know. That was probably one of the worst ones. You know, you're just not going to be able to clean any of that. It's mainly in the, but the engine, it's pretty clean actually. So what we do next now is, the job now, it's the now job. We give the top of the head surface a bit of a pre-clean. Any debris that are sitting there, we want to wipe them away from the head. So we're giving it, it's like a pre-clean just because we're going to work around the joint and we don't want anything getting pushed into there. See all this muck here? So we've got that open as well, don't worry about that. I'm not going to push it that far, right? We just want to push the dust, all this dirt and mud, you can keep it, all right? It's yours. You went in the bog hole, you can keep it. It'll be down here somewhere for you. Right, when we wash the engine down, some of it will get washed out, some of it won't. If you don't want it, don't go in bog holes. You like that? Well, you clean it. You did it, you clean it. It's not my job to clean your bog hole off the top of the cylinder head there. We'll clean as much as we need to. Obviously, this is not the clean, this is the pre-clean. So, on one hand, I'm sort of being a bit, what's the word? You know, you got the word. You put the word in the comment anyway. Arrogant? Arrogant? Maybe that could be something of being a little bit. And, you know, I said I wouldn't do it, but look at me. See? You're paying for it anyway, right? So whatever. At the moment, we're pretty standard, but... Right, so just giving it a, what I call a pre-clean. It's definitely been off before, right? I can tell you, from what I'm seeing at the moment, it's definitely been off before. The good news is, it's been serviced, right? So over this side now, same thing. We're going to have to spend a lot more time. We're not going to do it on camera, obviously, because it'll be a time waster cleaning this surface. But I want to get the injectors out. I just want to clean as much of this muck that might get bumped, blown, breathed on, and fall into the engine. Let's just keep it out. It won't hurt it. Yeah, it'll circulate around. It'll go to the sump. It'll go to the oil filter, whatever, right? Doesn't matter really, but we'll keep it out if we can, right? Because it's a lot. It's not what the system was expecting. Wasn't expecting a whole heap of crap at once, if you know what I mean. So that's the idea, to get all that. This is not the final clean. It's not even anywhere near it. It's just the get the crap off. Yeah, I'm repeating myself, but I can, because you watch me do the job. What else am I going to tell you? I'm going to talk to you about what I'm doing. I'm not going to think ahead of myself and whatever, right? So, if I may use the word, what do they say? Pardon the pun. Good enough. Okay, it's good enough. This has definitely been worked on because it's got the later bolts in it, which is awesome. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if this has actually got the correct injectors in it, because looking at it before, I reckon there was some wrong numbers going on, right? So give those a wipe now. Could even have a look at them now, maybe. It'll be easier to just get them out, actually. What are they, you know? Who knows? It's been worked on before. Now, what do we need? We need a 12mm. A clean 12mm, please. Okay, where do we find that? That 12mm dirty. Well, we need a rag to give it a clean. Soon the rest of the job will be done without gloves, if you know what I mean. Because if you're worried about getting your hands dirty, everything's not clean enough yet, okay? They actually seem a bit loose, but that's all right. If they weren't leaking, happy days. But they seem like, yeah, interesting. Some of the things I'm seeing. There's no insulation on the, you know, on the in behind the manifold there. So let's say, yeah, the manifold's been off at some stage. Probably injectors, but that the good news is hopefully then we haven't got the blow-by situation and injectors stuck. I'm going to go get the driver now and speed things up a bit. Right. For that back one, what do you reckon, wobble extension or a uni joint? A wobble extension. I'll put it there. Quick uni joint. Uni joint. 12mm. Zip it out. Come on, go on there. Got the little button on my uni joint playing up. Bloody king chrome. There you go. I'm saying it, king chrome. It's not that old. Buttons playing up on the uni joint. Okay, let's get in there and just leave the bolt sitting there for the time being. Well, we'll just use the uni joint because it's on there. We don't need it, but it's on there one by one. Leave the bolt there, ideally. Right. Stay there. Okay, so all those bolts are out. The best way to get this off, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, the best ways to do some things, and I'm going to demonstrate for you some wrong ways too, right? The best way to do it is like this, and what you do now is, rather than taking bolts and bits and pieces, because those can be split, separated, there can be inner and outer, and I know there is at the back, but so when you lift it, you don't want to move it around and have that back bolt, one right over the back corner there, moving around, and because if there's a part of the washer, the other side of the gasket underneath, we don't want to knock it into the engine or out. I want to just be able to get it later. I want all parts on the bench. So what we do now, we pick it up in a balanced position, careful as possible, and we lift it up, if it will allow us to. All right, I'm going to take this straight to the bench. Boom, to the bench. There's a few drips on the way. I'm going to quickly wipe those up because, you know, all these Prada hospitals need to be clean. Doesn't matter where we are, location. We may have many Prada hospitals. We just need to keep it top secret so people don't, you know, get too excited and think they can get in. Now what I'm demonstrating now is the bottom part of the washer sitting over the hole. Right? You like that? That's why you watch the videos, because if that was still sitting there and you bumped it or you pulled the bolt out and then whatever and it fell in, it probably wouldn't cause any dramas, but it might. So what we do, we take that to the bench and we check all components. Right, not now, but we're going to check everything's there. We don't want any problems. No comebacks, no maybes, no should be right mates, or you know, we'll just try luck and whatever. I want to clean that oil off there now and go, yep, that looks good. Right. Yeah, you could clean enough to put a valve cover on. Some people would. There's people who do it without even cleaning it that much, but it's not our kind of clean. We're going to clean it a lot more before anything goes back on. Now, last but not least, boom, boom. Crunch time. Injector's coming out. Let's see. We're going to hit it with a gun. Let's see if I talk as fast as I think. All right, that's what it is. Look at that. Bang. Boom. Sounded about the right torque setting as well. Wow. That's good. Okay. Things can happen quickly. Some people are sitting back having a laugh, can't hear, not with you. No. This is actually going all right. Now, so we don't drip oil everywhere. Grab all those clamps one by one. It doesn't matter, they're all the same. Don't worry about the myths you hear. People make up rumours, trying to spread rumours around to get you confused. The clamps are all the same. There is different clamps on different engines though. So if you buy Injector Kit off us, we sometimes supply a free set of clamps because we're well overstocked on those and we don't need them, but we'll only supply them for the vehicles they suit. Now it wouldn't matter if you got them mixed up, they're going to do the job the same, but 1, 2, we keep them in order, put them back how they were. 3, 4, not much holding those injectors in now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, it's going to be the interesting part. Are these injectors stuck? Is this going to become a big drama or not? Oh, that one looks pretty good, huh? The O-ring wasn't good. See, oil all the way to the bottom. So the O-ring was out. I've got a funny feeling already that this could be a set of Baileys, right? Now let's just see. How would I know? Well, there's not much you can tell at this point, but I've got a funny feeling. I've just got a feeling. Let's hope not, and let's hope everything's... Oh, there's another one. See the oil all the way to the bottom? Now, when you have the oil all the way to the bottom like that, that's a sign of the O-ring just not leaking, not installed, whatever. That is absolutely flooded. That is ridiculous how much oil is in there, right? I just want to quickly get one of my port cleaning dowels. The old original favourite, Johnny Holmes, over here. And stick it in the hole to stop any excess amounts of oil running any further down than what I want it to. Right. Okay. Bit of oil going down there. That's a bit interesting, I've got to say. So far, I've got to analyse these injectors now and the O-rings and try and... Look, I keep going in there and there keeps being heaps of oil on this rag. So there's a lot of oil that went down there, right? So some people are going to say, does that matter? Well, good question, because you know what? It's good I'm doing a video because I don't remember last time there was this much oil on any of the injectors, unless they're not stuck. Again, another dip and it's covered in oil. So there'll be more information coming. That's why you stick around. We're working on it. We are working on it. Can't make it happen faster than it happens. Let's see about number 3. Beautiful. It's not stuck. That's always a bonus. But look, oil all the way down it. Again. So I'm going to take this to the bank. And you can take that to the bank. No, we're not taking it to the bank. We're taking it to the bench. I'm going to get Johnny again and stick him down the dirty hole because he loves being down dirty holes. I didn't even mean that. Oh, unbelievable. I actually didn't plan that, so there you go. Hope nobody fell off their chair. Oh God, that is terrible. I promise I didn't mean that. I just went, you know, it's a dirty, I just said, anyway, I was thinking of a person when I said Johnny loves being down dirty holes, and I was, you know, he's like a plumber or something, digging in the mud sort of thing. And then, you know, remembering I called him Johnny and whatever, because, you know, it's kind of big and long, and everybody knows, you know, big and long, whatever, Johnny. Well, not everybody, but, you know, and you don't want to know, and we wish we didn't, but, You know, bloody primary school kids, I tell you, the secondary school kids, sorry, yeah, early secondary school, the things they share with you, unbelievable. Not good places, those schools. Anyway, number 4, let's get that out. You got to have a laugh though, don't you guys? Look, there's number 4, same scenario, covered in oil. So I'm going to put him on the bench. It's like the O-rings are not working, they're letting oil all the way down to the bottom. So what we want to do now is straight away get that dowel down there and soak up what we can. Alright. And I'm happy that the injectors aren't stuck. So we don't know if they've been stuck previously. They could be previously stuck, and there could be mess down there that we've got to clean up. Hopefully the oil's giving it a good soaking and soften it up, but plenty of oil down there. What I'm going to do now is put Johnny away for a little bit and grab a mirror, just take a quick look and try and show you guys, see what we can see without. Need a bit more light, so we'll bring this light down now. Come down here. Try and show you. Right? Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. See if this works out. Yeah, it's very messy down there. Glad I soaked up what I could. Oh yeah, that one's a bit better. Yeah, so there's not enough in, it's not pouring down into the cylinder, so I'll give you a bit more information on that, because again, those people that want to know everything are there watching and listening for every last moment. Okay, so this is the deal, right? You know, with the injectors, there's a seat at the bottom, there's an O-ring, you know, 1.5 inch, what is it, 40, 50, 60 mil, I don't know, I haven't measured it. Up the injector, by the looks of it, I can't say there's no O-ring, there's too much oil, but it looks like there's no O-ring because the oil's coming all the way down to the seat, which I don't know whether that's a big deal. I don't think so personally, but it's not designed to do that. The biggest issue is how much oil runs down the engine. So the oil's a bit thick and cold at the moment, which is good. And I believe most of it come off with the injector. And when you look at the quantity that's on the rag, it's not that much. We're talking about a few mil. And I don't think it ran down and went through the hole. And if it did and there was a couple of drips isn't the end of the world, okay? So it hasn't filled up 100 mil, 50 mil, or even 10 mil, I believe, if anything, whatever a couple of drips is. But you can do a couple of things. If you've got a camera, you can put your camera down and have a look at down there. You might even be able to look with your light, shine your light down there and have a look. Or when you can crank it over, but that will pump more oil and that'll cause more problems. So I wouldn't do that, because some of it, those petrol people. So here's your answers, right? Normally you pull your spark plugs out, just crank it over and you blow all the garbage out. It's better than blowing in with compressed air, right? Or whatever you had to spray to fix a thread, and you crank it over and blows it out, right? We love it, it's beautiful. But in this case, you might get away with a little bit, like, and that's it, and then just stop. But I'm not going to do it because it blows away. If there is oil, it blows everywhere, and it's just not going to be in there. I'm quite confident it's not in there. So the main things we've got to get to now is checking the valve clearances, which is in other videos, checking valve clearances. So I don't think we'll include that in this video. We've got to clean the hell out of those ports, and I'll show you those, I think. Let's go and have a look at the injectors on the bench, have a play with those. Okay, so you're probably curious as to the mess on the bench here, so I thought I'll show you that first. That's our parts as they came off, obviously, all the bits and pieces we've taken off, the pipes. Here's the injectors is what we wanted to have a look at, but just to give you an idea of tools, because people wonder about what tools, sort of what we used. What we've used is kind of out on the bench, a little bit untidy at the moment. I haven't cleaned up anything, that's as it was, okay? Don't forget those 2 channels, subscribe. There's the clamps as they come off the bench, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's that return line. Notice all benches started off clean, and there's that little bit of washer we were talking about, that little gasket there. So back over here, the oil will slowly drain off these. I reckon those O-rings are crap. Now, how are we going to know? Remember I said something about Baileys. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to set this up in the tripod, and we'll just have a bit of a wipe and a play of these and have a look at the top codes and give you a bit of info. Alright, so we'll just move some of this stuff. Alright, so let's have a look at these injectors. Where's that dirty rag that I had? Oh, right here in the, right here, see? Couldn't be closer, I'll get rid of Johnny. Put him over there. That is the oldest port cleaning dowel. He's been around a long time. So there's a lot of reasons, and he is the longest of all. Okay, these injectors, let's just have a quick look. That's how they should look, right? They should come out looking like that. Why? Because there's an O-ring there. We'll check it in a minute and see if it's gone hard or if any of them are broken. And I said, oh, I reckon they might be Bailey's, but I could be completely wrong. Normally we do this later, but I'm just going to include it in this video just to give you a bit of extra information, right? Because you don't watch all the other videos. So let's include it in this video, right? For the people that watch this video, because this is important stuff. Now, if you want to know about your injectors, and if you've purchased an injector kit off me, you can clean this number off here, like that, right? And I can tell you some things about that, right? Let me just go and have a look at my chart. Oh my God. Those injectors were built in March 2003. They are the originals. Right, well that one is. Right, let's have a look at the rest of them. I'll give you some information. And you know, this and that. You know, there's so much information, right? You can't get it all in one video. You got to just keep watching, right? Let's clean, where's that? That one's the same, okay? Same. Not same, different, same. Exactly the same. And the only reason the seats aren't leaking is because luckily, and the injectors aren't stuck in there, luckily at some stage, someone, so they wouldn't be a set of injectors from Bailey's because they wouldn't all be the same manufacture date. So they're not going to be a set of, but we'll still confirm there's ways. We're going to look at the seats underneath them is the next thing we do. I'm going to look at that one as well and just make sure that one. Yep, they're all March 03, okay? Now what we need to do is get these seats off. So we need to bring that flat blade over here. One of them wants to fall off, but the rest don't. Oh, they're all loose now. So we'll just lay them out. 1, 2. Sorry, I'm in the way. You get that. I need a cameraman. Right, so there's the injectors, right? They can just stay there. We're not too fussed about them anymore. They're rubbish. Actually, the readings, again, the readings were quite good for 16-year-old injectors, and that's how old the car is. Like I said, injectors can be up to, I've seen up to 3 years older than the vehicle. You know, of course, I haven't got what I want within arm's reach either. I've got them everywhere, but I haven't got one right there. This will do. We'll grab a can of brake cleaner. That's the closest thing we had. Just going to give those a spray, like that. We'll just give you a vintage on these seats and how long do you reckon they've been in there for type thing. So they're all clean now, you know, I mean clean, you know, I'm not scrubbing them. I'm just cleaning them up enough that we can go, yep, let's have a look at those. Let's do a analysis on these, right? Let's have a good look at them. I can tell you that, for anyone that's interested, they're not that old. I don't think they've done about maybe 100,000 Ks, something like that. So what's the vehicle done? I haven't said that in this video, have I? I can't remember. High Ks, 300 and something, 370 or something. Let me go and have a look. I know. Yes, he's got a memory still. 370,000 kilometres with original injectors, and no, it hasn't cracked a piston yet. Okay, so don't tell me, oh, the pistons are crap. This is an 05. It's like, you know, oh, someone's going to go, oh, but the 05 ones are better. Yeah, so Toyota just made them worse, and they kept revising and make them worse and make them worse, make them worse. Look, hello, it's not a problem with the pistons. It's quite obvious. It's well documented if you read the information. But let's get back to have a look at these. So the point is, at some point, that doesn't mean, so those injectors, if they had blow-by, they've cleaned it up really well. Next test, let's get the little pick that we use to test and remove the O-rings, right? So telling us if these are hard or not, if they're original. You know, if any of them are gone hard, then that's what's going to let the oil, because it's definitely letting the oil down, right? So if these are gone hard, they're going to break rather than, oh yeah, it is broken, right? Did I just break it though? I don't know, but let's have a look at it, right? You know, yeah, it's like a piece of, it's just like a piece of plastic. It's not rubber anymore, okay? Just from the heat and the age, which is why we talk about even if, right, your injectors are going to last, see, I think that just went straight through it as well. Yep, just broke it, right? So even if your injectors, so this is a good bit of information as well. This could be another separate video for anybody if this comes out on YouTube. Well, you know, a separate video showing you findings. This is part of a bigger thing, you know, part of bigger things, right? So I can't even, that's not even an O-ring anymore. I can't even get underneath it and stretch it to lift it. Oh, that one's better than the others, but it wouldn't stretch enough till it broke, okay? So just trying to demonstrate. We've got a bit of a sticky mess here. We'll just get them all off. It's all rubbish anyway. All right, but you can see it won't stretch, it just breaks. Okay, it just breaks and then they come off. So all those, all right, that broke in two places. So this is what's happened here, right? From what I can tell you, from what I can see, what I believe has happened here is what I'll say. This is what I believe's happened. Old original injectors, at some point it's had blow-by or an injector seat recall. There's a customer service exercise, which doesn't actually cover this vehicle, so it probably wasn't under that. It was probably the injectors come out at some stage. It looks like they've done a reasonable job because I can't see black specks on the seating surface, but these were almost about to leak again. And why would that be? I'll tell you why. They were too loose. If you watch the video when I removed them, they were easy to undo. Remember the impact driver? Really easy. Not enough squash pressure there. It's got to be 22 Newton meters. Did I get that right? 22, yes. Because I always say the wrong numbers. Don't trust me on torque specs, okay? I can tell you what it is. If you want to trust me and risk it, but I'll probably tell you the wrong one because I just say the wrong number. Oh, you know, that's a 17 mil, like talking sockets, and it'll be a 19 and vice versa. So what's happened here? Old original injectors, probably had some blow-by. Someone's changed the seats, but they were lazy and they didn't change the O-rings. I use the genuine O-rings. Yeah, they're $4 each, okay? These, they're $6 each, all genuine. There's $40 worth of parts there in my hand right there, okay? So things aren't cheap, but when they're well engineered, it's worth paying the price to get the right stuff. This is all rubbish. We're going to have all new injectors, O-rings, pipes, everything's going to be right. This thing's going to be running beautiful. But that's a video stripping down injectors. Unfortunately, the size of the videos, we just need to try and keep it a bit smaller and keep it down a little bit, if you know what I mean. So what we're going to do is we'll call that a video and we'll do a separate one. So probably part 1, part 2, okay? So this will be stripping down injectors, removing injectors or something, and there'll also be a reinstallation part 2. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something out of this. This doesn't get you over the line. Even when you see the other half putting it back together, there's more information. We're going to go and clean the seats and the ports, and then we're going to clean, we're going to clean it all up. We're going to check the valve clearances. We've got videos on that. This was just stripping down a Euro 3, nice and easy. We've got to go clean all the components, the EGR and stuff. We've got hours of work to do, and we're going to get it back together in another video. Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on. More proper, awesome, accurate diesel information coming your way. See you guys.